Okay, so we're going to be doing a review on the Lusuk 30-watt adjustable universal AC/DC power adapter. This is a AC to DC power adapter. All right, so I bought this specifically so I could test 5-volt LED light strips for computers to see how many currents they're pulling. And because I have a lot of 12-volt ones, 12-volt power supplies like this that come with 12-volt LED strips, but I don't have any 5-volt, and that's because you don't find 5-volt usually anywhere except the computer. And when they come with the computer, they don't come with this because you don't plug them into the wall, you plug them into your computer. So what do? Well, you can buy a Ben's power supply for $50 to $80 or more and test them that way, or you can spend, you know, $6 or $7 on something like this. And when I first ordered this from Vine for a review, I didn't have any expectations. I just thought, hey, it would be kind of cool if it worked. It's 5-volt, it goes all the way up to 12-volt. I could use it to test my LED strips because I make custom LED strips. So anyway, so this is this dial right here, and I thought this would just be a friction type dial where you have it just, you know, you just turn it and it doesn't click or anything. It just turns and it's got a nice friction on it. You just kind of put it where you need it. But that's not the case. This is actually a nice click to it. You put the key in, you can use a screwdriver too. And now listen to this. That clicks right into place every time. And this is a pretty lightweight, but it says in the description it has its own protections. It has overcurrent protection, over voltage protection. So that's nice. And if it has that internally in there, that's really good because you won't overvolt it and burn it up. It also has a 10-watt USB port here. It says right here 5-volt 2.1 amp, and that equals 10.5 watts. That's not that great, but it's pretty good, not bad. I mean, I don't know why they put that on there, but why not? Why not just put everything on there? So we're going to test this. I'm going to put it down to, it comes in these increments here. Let's see here. Here we go. 3-volt, 4.5, 5, 6, 7.5, 9, and 12-volt. So that's really good. We're going to put it on 3-volt, and we're going to plug it in right here. All right, and it's live. And we're going to take this multimeter here, and we're going to turn it on, and we're going to test and see if this thing holds its voltage or not. There we go. It's ready to go. And we're going to stick it in here. There we go. And stick this on here, the negative side, and 3.26 volts. So it says 3 volts, it's 3.26. I'm not going to fault it for that. That's not going to hurt anything. That gives you a little extra headroom there. That's really good. That's nice. Okay, so let's try another one. Let's try 5 volts because that's pretty common. I don't see 4.5 volts very often, and I don't see 6 volts, and I don't see 7.5 volts. 9-volt, you might see that in something. There are 9-volt batteries out there. If you have something that needs 9-volt power, then you could power it. This has, for example, this is a 9-volt battery. You could power this, power it off of this if you wanted to. So let's just go up to 5 volts. That's what I bought it for. Click, click. Very nice and positive. All right, let's test it again. Insert that into the positive side, and this into the negative, and we get 5.03 volts. That's very good. Very good. We'll test it one more time. We'll go to 12 volts. That's the next most common. So let's do that. All right, here we go. 12 volts is all the way up here. Okay, so let's do that. Click, 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 and click. Now we're at 12 volts. All right, let's see. And you see it, 12.22. That's right on the nose. I mean, that's really good. It's good to have just a little bit more like that. You saw the 5 volt was right on, 5.0 something. This is 12.22. So can't fault it for voltage. It works, and it comes with these adapters here. That's quite a few adapters. It comes with a bare wire adapter. I have a bunch of these. They're good if you want to put wires in here and you want to send a certain amount of volts and amps to whatever you're testing. I use this for testing light strips. I'll put it on the end here like this. Put 2 leads out of it and attach them to the light strip, and I can test them that way. It comes with a USB adapter also. You just put this on here like this, and you're ready to go. The only problem is this is a micro USB adapter, and this is kind of old school now. Everything has gone to USB-C. I mean, USB-C. I would have rather seen this actually in a USB-A, and that's just what you have common with computers. It's not C, it's A. And the reason for that is because everybody has A cords, and you can get an adapter for an A cord. Otherwise, you know, I bet you could get an adapter for this too, for a C or for whatever you want. But I just, the A, just a regular USB port on here, A USB port, I think would have been more universal, because everybody has one of those cords lying around, or most people do. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe it would be better to have a C on here. But a micro, it doesn't matter. You can get an adapter for it. They don't give you that, but they do give you the rest of these, 2.5, 2.1, on down to little tiny. I don't know what this would be for. Anyway, they give them to you so you can mess around with them if you want to. So I talked to the vendor, and they said that, or actually I didn't talk to the vendor yet. I emailed them about something on the webpage, Amazon webpage, that says USB port 5 volt 2.1 amps, never overload. But then it says that this thing itself has over voltage, overheat, and over current protection. So you can't overload it. According to that, you know, it'll shut itself off, or so it should. I haven't received an email back from them. I just did that today, but I wanted to know what the problem was here, because it says USB port never overload, but then in the description on Amazon it says that it has over voltage, over current protection, which is really good. That's what you want. Otherwise, if you do overvolt it or over current, it'll just burn out. You know, it'll just overheat. It'll burn out the transistors or whatever's in here, the MOSFETs or whatever. It'll just eventually just burn it out. You know, it'll put too much current through it. Like anything. But if it has that protection, it'll shut itself off, and it'll cool off, and it'll come back on again. So we'll see, and I'll put that in the review itself when I hear back from them. So the Alusec 30 watt. This is the 30 watt model, 30 watt switchable. This is the switchable power supply from 3.3, 4.5, 5, 6, 7.5, 9 volt, and 12 volt, plus a USB charger. All right.